We have been discussing about chapter number 15, polymer, and today's our topic is preparation of preparation of some important polymers. Preparation of some important polymers. So we had already discussed there are mainly two types of polymers: addition polymers and condensation polymers. Today we are going to discuss about addition polymers. So today's topic is preparation of some important addition polymers. So today we will be discussing about addition polymers. Okay, one by one we will discuss about their preparation, properties and uses of addition polymers. So first addition polymer that we are going to discuss is polythene. Polythene. Okay, now polythene is of two types. One is LDP and another one is SDP. Okay, so what is the full form LDP and SDP? LDP is low density polythene, whereas SDP is high density polythene. So there is difference in their density, low density polythene and high density polythene. So polythene are of two types, low density polythene and high density polythene, and their preparation varies much. Okay, so first of all we are going to discuss about LDP, low density polythene. So our first preparation is LDP. Full form is low density polythene. Okay, so low density polythene is formed by ethene. Obviously the name polythene itself suggests that it is made up of ethene monomer, so it is obviously made up of ethene. So monomer is ethene, and we all know the structure of ethene. It is CH2 double bond CH2, right? Okay, so what are the conditions by which ethene can be converted into polythene? How ethene will be converted into polythene? Okay, so LDP is converted by ethene. Okay, so what are the conditions? High pressure should be there, and high pressure is 1000 to 2000 atmospheric pressure should be there. High pressure should be provided. Okay, temperature is 350 Kelvin to 570 Kelvin. So high pressure is required. Temperature range is 350 to 570 Kelvin in the presence of dioxygen. In the presence of dioxygen, or we can also provide instead of dioxygen peroxide. Yesterday we had discussed about mechanism, free radical mechanism by which ethene can be converted into polythene. So here peroxide act as an initiator. Initiator means it can be useful to convert free radical. So it will provide free radical for the mechanism by which ethene can be converted to polythene. In short, peroxide is a catalyst. The role of peroxide is it will be helpful to provide free radical for the mechanism. Okay, so ethene will be converted into LDP, that is low density polythene. We need to remember the conditions. Conditions are high pressure 1000 to 2000 atmospheric pressure, temperature is 350 to 570 Kelvin, in the presence of initiator or catalyst. Initiator or catalyst can be dioxygen or peroxide. Okay, now the low density polythene obtained through the free radical mechanism. What are the properties? So this is preparation. Now what are the properties of LDP? So we will discuss about properties of LDP. What are the properties of LDP? The first property is it is highly branched. LDP is highly branched polythene, highly branched polymer. It is highly branched structure. Okay. Second property is low density polythene. There is LDP is chemically inert. It is chemically inert. And what does it mean? Chemically inert. Chemically inert means it cannot react easily with other chemicals. Means it is not that much reactive so that it can easily react with another chemical. So it cannot react easily. Means it is chemically inert. Okay. Third property is it is tough. It is highly branched. It is chemically inert. It is tough but flexible. Polythene is also flexible in nature, but as it has got branch structure, it is poor conductor of electricity. Means it cannot conduct electricity easily. Poor conductor of electricity. Means if you provide electricity, low density polymer does not have any capacity to conduct electricity. It is having poor conductor of electricity. Hence, what are the uses? So due to this property, what are the uses of LDP? Okay, the uses are because it cannot conduct electricity easily, so they are used in insulation of electric wire. So basically they are used in insulating wire, insulation of electric carrying wire, मतलब electricity carrying wire, electricity carrying wires, and they are flexible. Okay, they are also used in second use is they are also used in squeeze bottles. LDP are also used in squeeze bottles and toys and pipes. So these are the uses of LDP. LDP is basically used in electricity carrying wires. It provides insulation. LDP are also used in bottles, especially squeeze bottles. They are also used in toys, and they are also used in flexible pipes. So these are the preparation of LDP, properties of LDP, and uses of LDP. Now we are going to discuss about another polythene, that is HDP, high density polythene. So we are going to discuss about HDP, that is high density polythene. Okay, high density polythene. So how HDP is formed? So HDP, obviously monomer will be ethene only. Ethene will be converted into HDP. Okay, so what are the conditions that are useful for the conversion of ethene to HDP? Okay, so what are the conditions? So conditions is, here we require low pressure, that is 6 to 7 atmospheric pressure, and temperature range is 333 Kelvin to 343 Kelvin. Okay, and in this case special type of catalyst is required, and the name of catalyst is Ziegler-Natta catalyst. The name of the catalyst is Ziegler-Natta catalyst. Ziegler-Natta catalyst. Okay, the name of the catalyst is based on the name of scientists who have discovered the catalyst. Okay, what is the chemical composition of Ziegler-Natta catalyst? So Ziegler-Natta catalyst is triethyl aluminum, plus titanium tetrachloride, titanium tetrachloride. Okay, so the combination of triethyl aluminum and titanium tetrachloride is known as Ziegler-Natta catalyst. So for the conversion of ethene into HDP, we require Ziegler-Natta catalyst, that is triethyl aluminum and titanium tetrachloride. We require lower pressure, that is 6 to 7 atmosphere, and temperature range is 333 Kelvin to 343 Kelvin. Okay. Now, this is the preparation of HDP. Now we'll look about properties. So what are the properties of HDP? This was the preparation. Now we are going to discuss about properties. Okay. So what is the difference between HDP and LDP? So LDP was highly branched, but HDP is not that much branched. It has high density, but it has linear structure. Whereas LDP was highly branched structure. Okay, it has got linear structure, and because of close packing, it provides high density, and that is why it has got name high density polyethylene, HDP. Okay, it is also chemically inert. Means it cannot react with chemicals easily. They are tough. HDP polymer is tough and hard. LDP used to be flexible, whereas HDP is tough and hard. Okay, so what are the uses? What are the uses of HDP? So what are the uses? The first use of HDP is manufacturing of buckets, means household items, buckets, dustbins. Then they are useful for preparation of bottles and pipes. Okay, so uses of HDP are, they are used for the manufacture of buckets, dustbin, bottles and pipes. In short, HDP are useful for the preparation of household items, those items which are required in our daily life. So they are useful for the manufacturing of buckets, dustbin, bottles and pipes. Okay, in exam you will be asked to differentiate HDP and LDP. So remember the main difference. LDP used to be branch structure, whereas HDP is linear structure. LDP is not that much dense, whereas HDP is dense. And remember the uses and properties of HDP and LDP to differentiate. In exam they will ask the difference between HDP and LDP. Okay, now we are going to discuss about third addition polymer, and the name is Teflon. So third addition polymer we are going to discuss. Teflon is also known as polytetrafluoroethene. Okay, commercial name is Teflon. In exam they can ask about right or not on Teflon, or they can ask about polytetrafluoroethene. Okay, now first of all we will discuss about preparation. So preparation of Teflon. Teflon is prepared by tetrafluoroethene. The name itself suggests tetrafluoro, means it is having 4 fluorine. Tetra means 4, fluoro means fluorine. The monomer is tetrafluoroethene, so it is having 4 number of fluorine atoms, and ethene means it is having double bond and 2 carbon. So this is tetrafluoroethene. Okay. In presence of catalyst can be persulfate or anything. In presence of catalyst like persulfate, under high pressure, it is converted into Teflon. CF2, CF2, n times. N times means the number of tetrafluoroethene. N can be 50, 100, 150, 200, anything. So this is Teflon. Okay. So this is the preparation of Teflon. Now properties. Okay. So Teflon is again chemically inert. All the polymers of addition polymers are mostly chemically inert. They cannot react with chemicals easily. Okay. And one more property, and that is uh, resistant to attack by corrosive agent. They are highly resistant to attack by corrosive agent. Resistant to attack by corrosive reagents. Okay, so these are the properties of Teflon. Now we'll discuss about uses. So what are the uses of Teflon? The main use of Teflon is it is useful for the preparation of oil seals. These are used for the preparation of or for the manufacture of oil seals, and they are also useful for the preparation of gaskets in machinery. In industry, gaskets are basically used. So the main use of Teflon is oil seals, gaskets. They are also used for the non-stick surface. Non-stick. Most of people in India are using non-stick. So the surface of non-stick is made up of Teflon. So they are useful for the preparation of non-stick surface. Okay, so these are the uses of Teflon. This is the preparation. Monomer is tetrafluoroethene. Properties are chemically inert, resistant to attack by corrosive reagents. Uses are oil seals, gaskets, and non-stick surface. Okay, now we are going to discuss about last addition polymer, and that is polyacrylonitrile. Polyacrylonitrile. Short form is PAN. So last addition polymer is polyacrylonitrile. First we will discuss about preparation. Preparation of polyacrylonitrile. Monomer is acrylonitrile. Now what is acrylonitrile? So basically it is derivative of ethene only. In ethene, if you substitute hydrogen by cyanide group, you can form acrylonitrile. So this is acrylonitrile. In ethene, hydrogen is substituted by cyanide group, so you will get acrylonitrile. So n numbers of acrylonitrile means n can be anything, 100, 200, 500, anything. Polymerization reaction will take place in the presence of peroxide catalyst. So in this case, catalyst is peroxide catalyst. Okay, it will form polyacrylonitrile. So this is polymer of acrylonitrile, which is known as polyacrylonitrile. So this is the preparation of polyacrylonitrile. The monomer is acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile is a derivative of ethene. In ethene molecule, hydrogen is substituted by cyanide group. In presence of peroxide catalyst, acrylonitrile will combine with each other, they will get added with each other, and they will form polyacrylonitrile. Okay, so here you can see that monomer is having double bond, means it is unsaturated, whereas it gets added, it gets combined, and double bond is removed. So you cannot find double bond in polymer. So there is no double bond here in polymer. So polyacrylonitrile is polymer of acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile undergoes polymerization in presence of peroxide catalyst. Okay. Now, what are the properties? Obviously, properties remain same. They are chemically inert, they are resistant to corrosion, and all these things. Now, what are the uses? What are the uses of polyacrylonitrile? So they are behaving like a wool. So they can substitute. They are the substitute for wool. Instead of wool, you can use polyacrylonitrile. So what are the uses of wool? What are the uses of polyacrylonitrile? So they are useful for making commercial fibers, the fibers which are needed in industry. So they are useful for making commercial fibers, or they are used as Orlon or Acrylan. These are the commercial name, Acrylan. The main use of polyacrylonitrile is it is a substitute for wool. Instead of wool, it can be used. Especially, they are used for making commercial fibers as Orlon or Acrylan. Properties remains the same. They are chemically inert. They are resistant to attack by corrosive reagents. They are hard. They are tough. So the properties of all the addition polymers are more or less same. They are chemically inert. They are hard. They are resistant to attack by corrosive reagents. Okay. So till now we had discussed about 4 types of addition polymers. First of all, we had discussed about polythene. There are 2 types of polythene, low density polythene and high density polythene. The main difference between low density polythene and high density polythene is their density and their preparation. In case of low density polythene, high pressure, high temperature is required. In case of high density polythene, pressure requirement is low, 6 to 7 atmosphere pressure, whereas temperature is also low. But here in this case, we need special catalyst, that is Ziegler-Natta catalyst, and the chemical composition of Ziegler-Natta catalyst, it is ultimately triethyl aluminum and titanium tetrachloride. Okay, low density polythene was branch, whereas high density polythene is linear. It is chemically inert. Low density polythene was flexible, but high density polythene is tough and hard. Uses are different. Okay, then we had discussed about third polymer, that is Teflon, and the name of Teflon is polytetrafluoroethene. So the monomer is tetrafluoroethene. Tetrafluoro means 4 fluorine atoms are there. Ethene means they are a derivative of ethene only. So in ethene molecule, hydrogens are substituted by fluorine and you will get tetrafluoroethene. So tetrafluoroethene under high pressure in presence of persulfate catalyst, it will be converted into Teflon. Okay, what are the properties of Teflon? They are chemically inert. They are resistant to attack by corrosive reagents. Those properties are more or less same. Main uses, they are used in preparation of oil seals. They are used for the preparation of gaskets. Gaskets are used in machinery in industries. The main use of Teflon is, you must have seen non-stick at your home. So the preparation of non-stick surface, matlab non-stick surface is ultimately made up of Teflon. So all the utensils which has got non-stick surface, so they are ultimately Teflon only. So non-stick surface is prepared by Teflon. Okay. Fourth and last addition polymer is polyacrylonitrile. So polyacrylonitrile preparation is, it is made up of acrylonitrile. Okay, acrylonitrile is ultimately derivative of ethene. hydrogen is substituted by cyanide group and it will be converted into acrylonitrile. Under high pressure and in presence of peroxide catalyst, acrylonitrile will be converted into polyacrylonitrile. Chemical properties and properties remain same, chemically inert and resistant to attack. Uses are: it is a substitute for wool. It is used for the making commercial fibers as oilon and acrylan. So these are the preparation, properties and uses of addition polymers.